Okay. Well, let's try to jump to this hub. We'll go in at 100 kilometers and see what we can drop on top of. MYS. Okay. 8.3 AU. Let's see if it actually drops me at the proper range or if I have to slow boat. So yeah, rats here. And survey says, oh, they're gonna screw me. They're gonna actually drop me. They can drop me outside of the range. Still so wrong. Not at all shocking, just wrong. All right. Well, that means we're gonna take a little bit of damage. So disappointing. Why does it show me taking heat damage? That's interesting. It shows me taking heat damage. My modules, to be specific. I'm not sure why. I've not seen it happen before, just on random. Oh, they've taken my shields, but that's no big deal. I'm actually not shield fit, I'm armor fit, so that's actually kind of funny. That's actually interesting, though. This indicates a measure of heat damage. Heat damage to the modules on a particular rack. The heat sets in the low, medium, and high slots. That's high, medium, and low. The red marks there indicate that those modules have taken a certain amount of damage. Usually that happens when you overheat modules. However, I didn't have mine overheated. I wasn't using that particular function, so that shouldn't have been a problem. It's not really a problem because I'm in system with our station. I can simply warp back to it and let the system repair me and at no cost. So this is really not a problem. It's just curious. Also, these two battleships can't break my armor tank, so this is me just really laughing off the damage they're doing.
Warp drive active.
Seven. Well, first wave is done, so we'll go back to the station, let it repair our modules. And while we're at it, I'll go ahead and let it repair the shield and armor too, just for the heck of it. We'll warp back over and finish off that wave. Lather, rinse, repeat. I'm not so much concerned about the NPCs, taking down my ship, but I do want to rep up in between waves just in case an actual player, an enemy player, happens to jump in the system and tries to take advantage of my weakened shield and armor and attack me. That actually did happen last week, twice. The first person came in and I was able to actually take him out. Pretty much defeated him. Got a good kill meal. The second person came in and the next combat site, and that didn't go as well. There were a number of people in the system in our alliance. We joined a quick fleet. Some of the guys came to my aid, and I lost the battleship. I was able to quickly replace it with another cruiser. Came out. We finished the guy off. I came back and replaced the battleship. So it was a loss. I was able to go ahead and replace it, so it was worth the fun. But since I've had that experience, I'll decide to be a little bit more cautious. I don't consider myself to be a great player by any means whatsoever. I've played on and off for going on 2 years, and that's with a 6-month hiatus during the move. So, I'm not at all a great player. I make plenty of mistakes, but I have fun playing. I enjoy playing. I've had some good successes, and I've had some monumental failures, and it's all fun. It's a fun game. I'm just having fun. So, no big deal. The range of my sentry drones, I can actually attack and damage enemies out at 129 kilometers. So I try to warp in at 129, and 120 is where I want to drop. So you have the option of warping in at 0, 10, 20, 50, 70, and 100 kilometers out. So I warp it at 100 and do damage, except as of late, some of the hubs will drop me a little further away than I would have expected or would have liked, so that can be a bit problematic. And so when they drop me in, instead of being able to immediately begin my attack, I actually have to slow boat over to them, which is a little extra time that they get to do damage to me before I get to get my attacks off. So okay, let them attack the battle cruisers first, because they'll go down like paper mache. I'm gonna leave the battleships. So the battleships obviously hit harder, but you want to take down the battle cruisers first because you can get them off the board faster. And even though the battleships hit harder, the fewer ships, period, means the less damage you're taking overall. It buys you time. Because this battleship is not shield fit, the shields are really just a buffer, so I expect them to get through the shields. That's no cause for concern. The ship is armor fit, so I need the armor to be able to hold up. And so they just started to do damage getting through to the armor. These three ships don't have enough firepower to actually break this armor tank, but the longer they're there, they can do a good bit of damage, and if they can get through at least half of this, then it's a good idea to go ahead and warp back and repair before the next wave. Typically these hubs usually have between 4 or 5 waves, so you took care of the initial wave, you took care of the second wave. Well, this is the second wave we're taking care of, so that should leave 2 or 3 more. Each wave is slightly different in configuration. This one had battle cruisers and battleships. The one before it had the battleships, frigates, and turrets. So we'll see what the next wave has. I'm assuming it'll probably be battleships and frigates, or it'll be battle cruisers and cruisers. We'll see. Usually at this point I just let the drones do their work. Let them go ahead and take care of the enemies for me. They're technically outside of the range of my guns, so I can shoot. There's a potential the guns will hit, but in all likelihood the guns will miss and it'll be wasted ammo. Once they get within about 65 kilometers, these guns with the current ammo loaded, then they'll be able to actually more consistently hit and actually apply their damage, in which case the damage will be worth adding extra to help break these ships down. By and large, they'll be destroyed before they get that close. Or at least this one will. And they've just broken half of the armor. There. officially gotten halfway through the armor. And now there's only one of them. It's not tons of ISK coming in, but usually on a hub, usually average between 7 and 10 million. And usually, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes or so. Maybe 15 minutes or so. Which isn't bad. That would take me about an hour and 20 minutes mining. And I don't do a lot of the missions because typically the missions, they do have a tendency to be a little bit more brutal. The next wave is more battle cruisers and battleships again.
Warp drive active.
Destroyers. So we have destroyers, battleships, and battle cruisers. So a total of 3 battleships in that group. You want the battleships because they're worth more money. Overall, all of the NPCs there are worth something. So everyone you take down is worth something, but the battleships are worth usually bare minimum, you know, a few 100,000 to 1.5 million apiece. Usually somewhere between there. And so you figure each wave consists of out of 4 or 5 waves, you're gonna come across at least a total of maybe I don't know, 10 to 15 battleships, depending. Say about 10 battleships at about 1.2, roughly 1.2 million apiece. You can get 10 million off these sites. Oh, there's 6.6 million right there, and the site is not finished yet.
Warp drive active.
Now there are some people who do these sites in brawling ships, Tech 3 and Tech 2 cruisers, or battle cruisers, different types of battleships. Some of them have different skills, some better skills. Some are better suited to running these sites a lot faster using missile ships or gun ships. So, I mean, varying degrees of success. I have the luxury of doing this in the system where we have a citadel set up that can rep on site, so I don't have to carry a mobile unit with me, and I don't have to worry about refitting with reppers. So I'll fly this ship because I actually like the Dominics. Technically, I should be trying to orbit my drones, make it harder for them to hit me, but I'm just not stressed about it right now. It is bad practice, so I probably should do right. But the Dominix itself is actually a very slow ship. The battleships in general are slow, but the Dominix in particular extremely slow. Granted, as often as the enemy ships miss, even the Dominus could probably dodge a few of these by just orbiting the drones, but not really stressing it right now.
Warp drive active.
Look at the text in the local window. This is an indication that that's the last wave, so when I go back, that'll be the last wave for this particular combat site.
Warp drive active.
It seems to be this the last wave in these hubs all do the same thing. They drop additional battleships. There's usually four, but those battleships are all weaker than the previous battleships. They seem to go down so much faster. You can tell because they're not worth as much as the battleships from the previous waves.
Warp drive active.
And we warp back to station, wrap up again, and that'll be it for the night. So yeah, writing combat anomalies. That's kind of cool. Shoot some ships. Good way to make some quick ISK and just kind of kill a little bit of time in between fleets, in between doing exploration or mining, depending on what else you do. But in any event, I'm off for the night. It's already after 11:30 p.m., so I'm going to get myself some rest. I'll edit this, put this up online, and then I'm going to get some sleep. Thanks for watching.